general elections, political gladiators warmed up their polity. Plus, federal government intervention facilitates settlement of AEDC workers' entitlements. Details of these and more presently. Good evening, this is Nta Calabar News. I am Nta Calabar. Now the news in detail. Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade has again reiterated his commitment to ensuring that power reverts to the Southern Senatorial District of the state come 2023. Speaking at the Governor's Lodge at the weekend, Ayade said his decision to return power to the South is based on morality. The governor insisted that the South has credible people with capacity to be governor. He decried the nature of democracy as currently being practiced, arguing that there was need to infuse the sensitivity of the African culture. He called for a paradigm shift even as he fled the lack of opportunities and inclusion for the disadvantaged in the polity. The governor who dispelled speculations that he is backtracking on his commitment to return power to the South. And as the 2023 general election approaches, the issue of zoning is once again central and as usual contentious. Cross River State as an entity of Nigeria polity has similar peculiarities, as agitations for and against zoning is still very contentious. Correspondent felt the pulse of residents on these agitations in Cross River State.
Research shows that intricacies associated with people's position on the zoning of leadership positions have not changed, whereas most respondents reasoned that zoning was prescribed as a panacea to the country's problems. But in the face of ambition, this concern is viewed to always been jettisoned and the polity becomes excessively heated.
21st century illiterate can never see something called forgiveness, does not understand repentance, does not understand that it's another man's turn, does not understand that it is fair. If you have had it, the other people have had it, the other people have had it, let it go back.
1999, as you admitted, no zoning. South and North contested, South won. 2007, Central and North contested, Central won. Is it not inevitably clear that by 2015 there will be a no contest? Because it is only the North that is left. Inevitably, understandably. No more, no less.
Others say zoning has proven to be a limitation in terms of quality delivery of democratic dividends to Nigerians.
We may have a better candidate from other parts, but because of zoning, we just have to take it to a place where we don't have a better person that will lead us well. The way the state is, nobody is happy about the state. What we want is a candidate that will represent us well.
My opinion is that the governorship should rotate and come back to where it's supposed to be.
We look at somebody, we feel that this person can assist, can bring back the economy to what we expect. We should look at that. This zoning thing is not giving us the best.
Concerned Nigerians, however, called for the choice of leaders with requisite competence to handle the challenges of security, economy, be sincere to the people, and unite the country beyond the limitation of religion and ethnicity. In Calabar, Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
Former Governor of Lagos State and Chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has formally notified President Muhammadu Buhari of his intention to run the presidential election under the platform of the governing party. Senator Tinubu made this confirmation while speaking with journalists after an audience with the president behind closed doors. This put to rest speculations about the presidential ambition of the former Lagos State Governor. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports that during the engagement that lasted about 40 minutes, the President and Senator Tinubu also discussed issues relating to the state of the nation and the way forward. The people of Cross River State are optimistic of a robust economic outlook in 2022, hoping that the state governor's budget of conjugated agglutination, if well executed, will yield positive results. cross-section of the people stated this in a vox pop conducted by NTA News crew. Justin Item tells us more.
The Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade had on the 31st of December 2021 signed the 2022 budget into law. This budget estimates, he says, will enable him complete key projects that will add value to the state's economy. Since the signing of this document, mixed reactions have continued to trail the 354.5 billion naira budget for the 2022 fiscal year.
In that budget, I think there are going to be an opportunity to open other revenue centers in Cross River State that will add color, especially the ongoing industries and all that. How can they make them to become viable? By the time they become viable and capable, they'll be able to generate money that can fund the budget.
I see a focus on making sure that our industries, the industries that are litter around Cross River State are fully completed and possibly duly handed over to very willing Cross-Riverians who are ready to take those industries to the next level.
For some Cross-Riverians, assenting to the appropriation bill is a laudable step, but much is required to ensure that the budget is properly implemented for the people to reap its benefits.
The governor, who is the chief executive officer of the state, wants to finish strong. He wants to finish strong in the sense that all his projects, industrialization projects want to be completed. And if you look at the budget has addressed that area seriously.
We should be mindful of making sure that there should be fiscal discipline in implementing this budget.
The people are hopeful that the state's budget for the 2022 fiscal year will accelerate economic growth, create job opportunities, and enable the state government fix some establishments that were destroyed during the NSAS protest. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
And federal government says it has facilitated the payment of all entitlements of workers of the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, AEDC, as agreed in the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the National Union of Electricity Employees and other stakeholders last year before the suspension of industrial action. A statement by the Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, states that the entitlements settled include unpaid allowances, salaries, union deductions, and unremitted 20 months pension contributions deducted from workers' salaries. Minister of Power reaffirms the commitment of the Federal Ministry of Power to work with all stakeholders to ensure steady electricity supply and stability in the electricity industry. Federal government says will continue to ensure that all the sector players work according to the rules and guidelines. Federal Ministry of Power had in December last year intervened when AEDC workers embarked on strike with a commitment to ensure all the demands are met. And the federal government has inaugurated an inter-ministerial committee to start towards the realization of the Nigeria Science, Technology and Innovation Television. This followed the granting of a license for the establishment of the television by the National Broadcasting Commission. The Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Bunaya Onu, who inaugurated the committee, is confident that the science television will be a medium to be used to get Nigerians to appreciate the relevance of science, technology and innovation to nation building. The committee is to look closely at the concept of the Nigeria Science TV, define the objectives, and articulate the functions and mandates of television station under specific terms of reference in 6 weeks. Chaired by the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, the committee has among other members representatives from ministries of Environment, Agriculture and Trade, as well as agencies like the NTA, NBC, NESDRA, NCC, and National Academies. You're watching news reaching you from the studio of Nta Calabar. You can watch this newscast on our YouTube channel at YouTube/Nta Calabar. We'll be right back after this timeout. Don't be away. Welcome back to the news. Governments and members of the society have been encouraged to demonstrate love by taking care of the families of the fallen heroes who died in the cause of saving the fatherland. Reverend Father Richmond Diala of Holy Trinity Catholic Church at Barracks in an interdenominational Thanksgiving service to commemorate the 2022 Armed Forces Remembrance Celebration. Erika Evie was there.
The annual event drew members of the Nigerian Legion, Army, Navy, police, and top government functionaries. The cleric urges government, politicians, as well as good-spirited citizens of Nigeria who converge to show commitment to tackling the plight of families of the fallen heroes who paid the ultimate sacrifice in the protection of the territorial landmass of the nation.
When you see that widow, continue to support her. When you see those children without a father, keep in mind that that child could be yours. They say awake that you may sleep.
Secretary to the state government, Nta Calabar, representing the state governor Ben Ayade, appreciates the untiring effort of Nigerian Army in protecting the nation while pledging the state government's commitment in support of the military and Nigerian Legion.
People don't join army for money because there's money other ways. It's for the passion and the love they have for the nation. It's for the army that there's still one Nigeria.
They do not have skills. And when you give a man skills, especially a woman, you've given life. So we will look into that.
Yes, we have challenges. The challenges is finance. Finance. Like the money they gave us during our launching of the emblem is not enough.
Some respondents appeal to communities and public spirited individuals to contribute meaningfully towards the welfare of soldiers and the families to boost their morals for optimum results in the fight against insurgency in the country.
So government has to be a bit more intentional in ensuring that these amenities, these social needs are met.
The only way we can appreciate the fallen heroes is to care for the people, those they left behind, especially their wives and children, by carrying out some humanitarian services through gifts to the families, kind of giving some other financial support.
Prayers of peace, love, harmony, as well as progress were offered to the armed forces and Nigeria as a whole. The theme for this year's celebration is love. In Calabar, Erika Evie, NTA News.
Blessing of God is favor, a gift bestowed on someone by God, which brings happiness to the person being favored. Correspondent Odialenyo in this special report x-rays the gains of blessings of God on mankind.
It has been established that God blesses people irrespective of their behavior or mannerism, which may be pleasing or not. However, some clergy are of the opinion that people can gain more from God's blessing if they live a righteous life.
To be truly blessed by God and of God, you need to have a functional relationship with God through Jesus Christ. In other words, God knows that you have a relationship with Him, not just that He made you, but that you have recognized it and you service that relationship. And through Christ, the Holy Spirit will help you to live to please your Father, Heavenly Father. When God sees that, God will know that you have needs of blessing, needs of being in good health, needs of breakthrough. and he will open the way for you.
If you go through the biblical injunctions and meet all these expectations that God had ordained and had asked us to do, then definitely heaven is bound for you. The blessings of God will be abundant for you. That's just the way forward.
One of the things is once you believe in God, to benefit more from it, you must reach out to others. If you accumulate, you will be wasting. It will be an ingratitude to the blessing of God.
Others enumerated the blessings of God to include spiritual and physical blessing, noting that to experience the blessings of God in one's life is to show appreciation to God through thanksgiving.
The greatest gift, which is of greater concern and blessing of God, is a spiritual life, which we get through our birth, through Jesus Christ. So the benefits of the blessings of God, the criteria of getting the benefit, the blessings of God. One, we must be born again. We must be children of God to get the spiritual aspect of it.
If God has lifted you from grass to grace, you should use what God has blessed you to bless others.
If you have not found reason to say God has blessed you, be appreciative to God for the life you live. In Calabar, Ode Aleño, NTA News.
And the festive season has come and gone. Now is the time for people to reposition and re-strategize to cope with the aftermath of the season, as often the case in January. Odoratmin in the upcoming report finds out how people are coping with January.
January marks a new beginning in people's lives, as it comes with much expectations for the year. Although Nigerians are still watchful to see what the remaining days of the month holds for them, even as the COVID-19 pandemic rages. After shopping from clothes to foodstuffs and other items that spiced up the festive season, January seems to be a difficult period and a month that seems too long, even though it has 31 days like some other months in the year. With the resumption of schools across the country, which parents need to pay school fees and care for other needs, January seems to be challenging. But why?
The month of January is always a challenging one, which all of us know about it. As an individual, I knew it, and for me, I planned ahead of it.
I discipline myself not to waste all your life, all your income and all your earnings only in December. Life continues. And as long as there is life, you will always spend.
Others believe effective planning and management of finances will help one cope with January challenges, noting that January must surely show up after the festivities.
There are certain things you expect before time, and you make provision for it. So at the end of the day, nothing is really different. It's a matter of just planning.
The important thing that we should work on it is budget, because the economic crisis, as I can see now, is not only in Nigeria, it's all over the world. But we have to plan our budget. We can reduce some of the things that we know is not necessary, and we concentrate on what we know is necessary, so that we'll be able to meet the need of our children, especially now that school is reopening.
A survey within major markets in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, shows that there is a great improvement as regards the sale of foodstuffs and other commodities, although some perishable items have increased, but a fluctuation in rice, gari, and other items.
Right now it's 200. Even rice, rice 180 a cup, 150 a cup, sand rice. It's too much.
The price of water leaf is too, because we always buy it in the bay 1,500, 2,000, but now it's 9,000.
Either way, Nigerians are hopeful that the year will be better. In Calabar, Udwak Etam, NTA News.
The African star apple, also known as udari in Efak language, is a seasonal fruit found in rural and urban markets in Nigeria, particularly in the months of December to April. While this fruit is enjoyed by many Nigerians in the dry season, many are unaware of its nutritional benefits. Justina Etam speaks with experts on its nutritional values.
The African star apple, botanically known as Chrysophyllum albidum, is a West African origin exotic fruit that has a tender, sweet, and sour tasting inner flesh. This wonder fruit, eaten raw as snacks, when ripe, is a rich source of calcium, with each serving providing up to 10% recommended daily allowance. They also contain good amounts of vitamin A and C, higher than the levels found in oranges and guava.
Most of these fruits contain a lot of vitamin C, which is an antioxidant. The antioxidants is it mops up the few chemicals in the body that would have been detrimental to the body system. So that's why they are called antioxidants. So we need to understand that there are a lot of materials in the body that end up being harmful to the body. And so those harmful agents are being mopped up by these antioxidants, and it helps the system to have a normal flow.
Not only is the flesh of the African star apple packed with several nutritional benefits, the leaves are also used in herbal medicine to reduce glucose levels, which is the same function that insulin performs in people suffering from diabetes. Like other fruits, the African star apple are best consumed when in season, in view of their affordability at this time. But this year, sellers say it is not business as usual, as the African star apples are rather expensive.
Buy 2,500, but now, if you want to buy this from 8,000, some is 10,000. In short, when you sell like this, before you know, you will not see any gain inside.
Blood, and to planning, plant well, do what they have to do, so that the thing will come more. Because the more we have it, the more we sell. But the less we have, we lose.
One nurse told me that she likes it because every time the season that comes, the fruits that are in that season, she likes to eat them all. So that we should be doing that. It will be good for us. That is why I'm always buying fruits when they come in that season. I buy and consume.
You eat it. It's good for catarrh, chest. When you have catarrh, you can eat it. When you have cough, it's very good for cough. You can take it for cough. And moreover, it's vitamin C. So it's very good. So we have to take it.
From the prevention of mouth gum disease to the tackling of toothache, the benefits of the African star apple goes on and on. So, anytime you get closer to the fruit, grab it, not only for its nice taste, but also for its nutritional benefits. In Calabar, Justina Itam, NTA News.
And from all indication, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will not lack the usual support while competing for honor at the ongoing 2021 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. This is because over 200 Nigerian football and allied sports supporters club have departed Yola, Adamawa State to Gorowa, Cameroon, to cheer the Super Eagles to victory at the tournament. Simon Asha captured the virtual fans in this report.
With enthusiasm, joy and unflinching love for the country and the Super Eagles, this set of Nigerians embark on a 4 hours journey to the camp of the Nigerian contingents in Garoua, Cameroon, to cheer up the country to glory at the 2021 African Cup of Nations.
We are going to Cameroon to support the Super Eagles as they play against Egypt and the subsequent game that they will play.
We are going there to boost the morale of the Super Eagles to go for gold.
With their commitment and patriotism, the Super Eagles of Nigeria no doubt will not lack the usual support needed to spur them up to victory as the country gets set to slug it out with the Pharaohs of Egypt in their Group D encounter this Tuesday.
We are here live and direct in Yola, commencing to Garoua for the Nations Cup proper, and God willing, you know how we do it in 2013, we're bringing back the cup to Nigeria.
As they embark on the journey to the Republic of Cameroon in support of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, all we wish them is joining Messi and a triumphant tournament for Nigeria. In Yola, Simon Asha, NTA News.
And finally, a recap of our major stories. Ahead of the 2023 general elections, political gladiators are warming up the polity. It was also in the news that the federal government has intervened in facilitating settlement of Abuja Electricity Distribution Company workers' entitlements. That's it on the news. Thanks for watching.